Then send it to Radio Pulpit. For more information, please visit the Radio Pulpit website. That's www.radiopulpit.co.za. Or phone us during office hours 012 334 1200. Radio Pulpit, your daily companion.
Did you know that government has set a minimum amount for employers to pay their employees and workers? In 2018, the National Minimum Wage Act 09 of 2018 was passed in South Africa. It makes it compulsory for all employers to pay employees and workers a minimum wage. In 2024, the national minimum wage for all workers, including domestics, farm and forestry workers, is 27 rands 58 cents per hour. The minimum wage for workers on the Expanded Public Works Program, EPWP, is 15 rands 16 cents. If your employer is not paying you the national minimum wage, please contact a labour inspector at a labour centre near you. The Department of Employment and Labour, working for you.
This is Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit. Heart to Heart.
I gave you the sounds of Mabo Matlala, and the song is Hallelujah Jesu. 13 minutes, it is just after 1 on 657 AM, and I promised the family of Radio Pulpit that I'm coming with a dynamic one, and she's in the studio. My queen, this is Paula Matlaba.
Yeah, boo.
Woo! I gotta do this! I gotta do umuntu ezigigizela.
Uzotini?
How are you, my queen?
Hey, I'm so good and excited to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hello to everyone at home.
Do you
Yeah.
still remember that we got family, ne? You still remember that?
I know.
Yeah,
This
we
is
have
family.
Yeah. Oh, I love you for that. You don't fail me. I love you for that. And my family, I said I'm going to ask her. Utemba Mendu already said, praise God, amen
Hallelujah.
and amen. Who's Temba Mendu? Yeah, Temba Mendu. I thought you'd say, I know Temba. Temba, thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, thank you so much, Your Excellency, for joining us and being with us this afternoon. Now, my queen, you have been with Radio Pulpit. Tell us about that journey first.
For such a long time.
How many years?
Yo. It could be 27 years.
Yo, you left so that long, 27 years ago.
Yeah.
So what were you doing? Who was Paula Matlaba on Radio Pulpit?
Okay, on Radio Pulpit, I was doing a show, local gospel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
On Saturday.
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Yes, I was doing local gospel.
Were you doing it with Abuchek Mozet?
Yes.
Ah, you were co-presenting with Abuchek Mozet.
Yes, and I did with Tennyson Legete.
Yes. Before he could be on Gospel Gold. Presenting here and Gospel Gold at the same time.
No, I didn't. It's Tennyson who did Gospel Gold.
Okay, yeah. When are we show?
I just went to Gospel Gold to sing. But I also did my devotions because I also went to Bible school.
Yeah.
Yes, I did theology. And
now, why don't we call you Pastor Paula Matlaba?
Oh, no.
Now, my queen, you are a founder and the executive director of Behind and Beyond Bars.
Yes.
And I understand that you yourself have gone through a rough patch in life. You've gone through the worst in life.
Yeah.
You've gone through rapes, you've gone through abuse, and that would make you sing. That would bring out songs from inside of you.
Yes.
So were those songs healing you?
Those songs were healing me. Those songs were helping me, assisting me to cope with issues of life, with issues of the heart, because there was a time when I thought it's either God doesn't know me, or he hates me, or he doesn't exist. One of the three, you know. And but there was a time also that I thought, you know what, by faith, let me sing. and I was composing songs from a very young age, but all of those songs were coming from a heart. It's either I was in pain, trying to cope, or, I was like having faith that things will be better. So my songs I remember a song that says, I have a roof up above me and a good place to sleep. I have food on my table, but at that point in time, I had none of those. Yeah. So it's what I had faith to have in the future, and I sang it in the now. You see, so yeah, they were healing me. It was therapy for me, and it still is. It still is, because any situation that I find myself in, I go to a keyboard, because I can play a keyboard a little bit. I go to my keyboard and start writing a song there. So, and it's not the pen that I use first, it's the words that are coming from the heart first.
Pouring out from whatever that you're going through. Now, with Behind and Beyond Bars, did you start it because you thought, what I've gone through in life, I could have found myself there myself, because I would have killed someone who did something to me? Or was it just love for those inside?
It's all of the above. It's many, not too many, but few reasons why. The first reason was that, when you have children and you're thinking, I have boys, and I don't want my boys to end up like the men who did certain things to me, like the men who raped me. So starting from that point, then I decided it's better to help men who are behind bars.
Okay.
Because at least they are in a environment that they've got lots of time to do some introspection and think, And moreover, before I even thought of that, there was a lady who used to work here in Radio Pulpit who was doing prison ministry.
Yes.
And one day she took me for the first time behind bars with her. And I loved what she was doing.
You were not frightened?
No, not at all.
I know. I know we went to a prison when we were still with Gospel Gold. We went to a prison in the Western Cape, and it was one of the the maximum ones. And I remember they catered for us, but I didn't know that they were inmates. They were wearing black and white. The food was and I thought that
they were also looking good.
Yeah, and I thought, the prison has hired people and they are serving us. And after
only to find that
it's
inmates. Exactly.
And I remember now we were supposed to be taken to a tour because they released them. They said they should go back to their cells.
Okay, yes.
When we went to the other side, they were no longer wearing that white and black.
They
were totally different from what we saw on the other side.
Their uniform.
And there were others who were wild, who were scary, because we were like at this now
inside. Yeah, the real prison.
Yeah. So when you were not scared, because I remember we were told, leave your cell phones in the car, leave.
Yeah, whatever is valuable.
Yeah, and they were seeing women after how many years?
Oh yeah. Many
you're
years.
A woman.
Yes.
But you were not scared.
No, I wasn't scared because remember, I was with a woman as well.
Okay, who does this? Yeah.
And when I look at these people, I thought, but these are human beings.
Yeah.
And they act like human beings. They are not monsters.
Yeah.
It means they can change the mindset. And that's when I decided, okay, I think I can do this, to help them. My point was to go behind bars and assist in rehabilitation so that when they come out, they don't repeat what they did. Because for me, I'm thinking, if I'm helping one person who raped somebody and they come back not being a rapist anymore, I'm one person safer.
Yeah.
You see.
Yeah.
And somebody else's child, somebody else's daughter is safer, is one person safer. So if we can do this as South Africans, then, the world will be a better place. So I've been doing this
one
for
person at a time.
So for me, it's a privilege because I'm doing a rehabilitation for at least 30 offenders for the next 8 to 9 weeks. Twice a week, I do the groups and I do the one-on-one, doing counseling and therapy and all of that. And so I see the fruit, maybe it's a drop in the ocean, but I see the fruit of it because I actually follow them even when they are out. I want to see how they behave and how they gel with the community, because I also do the reintegration program, you see. So for me, it's healing at the same time for me as a victim, because there's a session where I tell them about the victims and my experience, you see. And that's where you see that these people are human.
Yeah. But most of them, when you talk to them, are they like, I didn't know what I was doing, or what?
Yeah, most of them will say, I didn't know what I was doing.
I was very angry.
I was very angry. I was drunk. And so for me is to get the root cause of why the person did what they did. So most of them, especially our men, our boys, they don't have fathers. Some, they were raised by single mothers who are angry as well. Who
are hurt and now pouring out their anger to their children. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I start from there to dig out what is the root cause. Not the anger. We know the anger is there, but what is the root cause is the pain. The pain from what? Then that's where we start. What happened to you?
Now, when you are singing, when you are going to behind bars to minister, do you at some point wish somebody could do the same to those who hurt you? Help them, or what comes into your spirit?
Yeah, I do. And there was a time when somebody who actually molested me and raped me for a very long time. That is why I always tell people that, and people, they become shocked when I say, I was raped more than 50 times, over 50 times. And the person will say, but how? How? So there was a guy who used to stay at my residential home. Those people who are coming from far away, maybe Natal or Limpopo, they are coming to Joburg to look for some job, and a certain family house them, and they become this
Malume in the house. Yeah.
That one. Yeah. So he was molesting me, raping me almost 2-3 times a week whenever there was no one at home. And at that time, I was only 13, 14. And I remember one time when I was married now, after a long time, and I was still in Bible school trying to heal, because in Bible school we were still on that module of counseling. So I was trying to do the therapy on myself to say, okay, I'm going to assist people. So I must assist myself before I assist others and see if this thing works. Yeah. And I remember on that Friday, I called my other uncle, my real uncle. I called him and to say, I want to come to so-and-so's house. I want to speak to him. Because this guy was an old, very old, he was like a father, but
Did he groom his victim?
He was grooming me.
Okay.
He
groomed. You were the victim. That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
He started by grooming his victim, and then
yes.
But you could tell this is wrong.
This is wrong.
Yeah.
Yes. And at that time, there was nobody to tell because I felt as a victim even in this home, as a victim to everyone. There was no one I could say to them, this is what is happening,
Sure.
you see. And so now when I'm married and I look at my life, I was like, I think I still have some issues that I have to deal with.
Affecting your marriage now.
Yes. Yeah, in a way that at night, almost like 3-4 times a month, there was a time when I would just wake up and run into the house. Run around the house thinking somebody's raping me again, you see. So then I called to say, can I
come?
I'm coming to see Uncle so-and-so. I want to speak to him because I expected this person to say, you know what, I'm sorry. I apologize.
And they didn't.
And unfortunately enough, and I hadn't seen that person for like 10 years before. Or 10 years, yeah. So then on that day when I called, and my uncle says, oh, you know about, this person. And I was like, oh, he asked me if I'm calling because I know that something happened to this person.
Did he die?
I said, no. He said, no, we are burying him tomorrow. I cried because on the day I thought I will get my closure, now he dies a day before. I'm like, God, what is this?
Do you think you would have gotten your closure, or would it have been worse now that you're thinking about it?
Yeah, I think I wouldn't have because I think he was still the same. But the other thing, I think also that he wanted to remain clean in front of the people that he knew. I don't think he would have, said that he is guilty of doing that crime. So, but that's when I learn forgiveness without a person saying, I apologize. I am sorry.
Now, you in the previous years, you sang a song,
Yes.
Was it what you have gone through that sent you to sing this song to say, can I also be blessed like everyone else? Can I also, what was it that made you write
let
this?
me tell you.
Sing this one.
Let me tell you. I have composed or written about 60 or more songs. Each and every song that I have written, it speaks to me first. And I have a reason why I sing the song.
Yeah.
So this one, obviously, it was arranged because the song Kitamaye Shwale ka bohle lena kitle ki murorise. Yeah. So it was at the point where I was really seeing people blessed, but I felt just a little blessed that I could do some of the things.
I want that, Lord.
But I want that. No, this one is fine, but please give me that.
All right.
You see, yeah. So
let's come back to talk about your healing journey in the midst of it all. But let's play this one by Sis Paula Mataba. Jehovah, Nami, when you're blessing others, don't pass me by.
Yes.
Feel the pulse on Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit.
Isinyathelo nesinyathelo sizohamba nawe indlela yonke. Sivakashele futhi uhlale ku radiopulpit.co.za.
Words of truth and value. You'll find it on 657 AM. It's 657 AM. The sounds of your life.
I am talking to Sis Paula Mahlala. Just played one of her songs. It's an old one.
Oh, yeah, boy.
Hey, man. Such a beautiful one. Abhijek Motswetla also wrote earlier on that that's my friend right there.
Oh, yes,
and
that's my friend.
And he says, you are such a strong woman. You're such a strong woman. Now he says, I feel you, my friend. Your songs always talks to the soul, and just singing because you want to sing.
Yes.
You are taking me back to local gospel times. Hi, Gaubona, Abhijek Motswetla. True. And then Pamela, wait, we haven't gotten to the end of the story yet.
Yeah,
it's always awesome to hear the story to the fullest and to the end. Before. So, Pamela, I'm not going to read your message because you haven't heard the rest of it yet. So there's more to come.
Yes.
And I saw Gogo Sijake. Gogo, thank you so much. I will go back to your message. Somewhere it's lost somewhere, but I'll find it. And then I will go back to your message. Thank you so much for that. And Frankie Agrabs, hello. Excellency, thank you so much also for tuning in. Now, when did your healing journey come?
Okay, my healing journey, healing is a process. You don't just get healed today and everything.
Especially what you said, you've been going through all of this for many years.
Yes.
And then you left, you went to school, but still you found yourself now seeking healing in another way, but it didn't come. You didn't get your closure.
Yes. And I actually, there was a person who really apologized once. And that's when I felt good. This is how you feel when a person apologizes
for hurting you.
Yeah. So this person was a person that I took as a friend, a best friend. Cut the long story short, he was a male best friend. But now he wanted the friendship to go to another level, and I refused. And he ended up stabbing me with a knife. And I ended up in hospital, in ICU. It's just a long story. And I remember that a few weeks later, many weeks later, I was still in ICU, and my family was called to say, come and switch off the machines. And by God's grace, by God's mercies that I knew every morning.
Was he arrested?
His love. He wasn't arrested, but he committed suicide. But he committed suicide after he actually asked for forgiveness. So what happened is that after my family was asked to come and switch off the machine, God intervened in a miraculous way. Even that one, it needs some time to explain how God intervened, because I'm writing a book on that as well. So I went to a wheelchair as well. I was even struggling to push my own wheelchair after that. And still God intervened in a way that I became fine, whereas the physiotherapist were declaring that
it's a hopeless situation.
Yeah, I won't walk again. But then years later, not many years later, but I think it was around 2 years later. Not years later, months later. I want to come to the point where now the person apologizes. So then I was trying to exercise, to practice to walk, because I wasn't good in walking. My lungs were very
weak,
still very weak. My muscles still very weak. So I was practicing to go to the shop, and between the shop, ShopRite Checkers, and where I stay, there's a bush. So I practiced. I went over to ShopRite Checkers, and I remember I was so excited that I reached that at that point to say, when there's no one at home, I will be able to come and buy bread, for myself. And when I came back, I meet the person who stabbed me with a knife in the middle of the bush. And it's only the two of us.
Anxiety.
And I was thinking, now he's going to finish me today because it's only the two of us. And he actually went on his knees from few meters away from me, and he came with his hands up, walking on his knees, and he started apologizing and explaining. There's a rehabilitation a program that we do. It's called restorative justice. In restorative justice, we have what we call victim offender dialogue. So I did my victim offender dialogue in the bush years ago when I didn't know that there will be victim offender dialogue that I will be teaching. So it was practical in the bush. He explained to me why he did that, and he asked for forgiveness. And I told him, you know what, I forgave you actually the very same day I felt on the ground. I forgave you. And I want you to know again that I forgive you again. I want you to hear that I forgive you. And he left, and I continued with my journey. And that's when I had a very, very strong relationship with God. From that time onwards, God was like my best friend because God spoke to me with his word. I remember one time, a few days after that, when I asked God, Kanti, I want to know if you know me, And I remember that I wasn't good in reading the Bible, and I opened the Word of God, and it went to Jeremiah 1 verse 5. I have a song in that as well, but I don't know if you have it here. Jeremiah 1 verse 5, it says, I knew you before I formed you. Before you were born, I anointed you. And I was like, oh, wow, this is amazing. And I felt so strongly that was the voice of God. And I felt that strong love, that fatherly love. And it was like God was speaking to me that even if you don't know your biological father, you've never met him, I am the one who is omnipresent. For all these years, I've been protecting you. I knew you. I know you. I've been walking with you even when you were going through tough times. I was around you. It's me who's protected you. As I said before, that I've been raped more than 50 times. Today, I don't have any chronic disease. I don't have HIV and AIDS. I don't have even high blood or whatever blood, issues. I'm just healthy, and people who meet me and they ask me how old I am, they are shocked because I tell my age without any fear or favor or reservations, because in July I'll be turning 55.
You lie.
And
you lie. No, we gotta go back to your certificate and check. But now, I asked you something when we were off air, and I asked you, did your husband also play a role in your healing journey?
That's a sweetheart, and he's been a sweetheart for the past 29 years of our marriage. Yeah, 29 years of our marriage. Yes, we are 29 years.
Praise the Lord.
And he's been there. And actually, I told him my story the day he proposed, like girl, mina ngiyazifela ngawe. I was like, you don't know what you are facing now. The baggage that I'm carrying, it's beyond you. So I think you must think twice. And I told him my story, and he said, no, we'll carry the baggage together. And I said, but you know that you've never been married, I've never been married, we don't know. And he said, it's fine, we'll do that together. And we've been doing that together for the past 29 years.
So with the episodes that you would have and think somebody is raping you again, and you'd be running around the house.
The flashbacks.
Yes, what would he be doing during that time?
Oh, he will remind me that I'm just dreaming, and he will take me to the lounge, and this happens in the middle of the night, and he will take me to the lounge and make some water, because I'll be crying, literally crying, and my body will be shaking. Yes, you know.
So he would help you calm down.
Yes, and for years he did that, and I've never been an unhappy person. Everybody who knows me, they know that I'm bubbly and whatever. I've never made what I have never made my past my present. So it was just only those flashbacks, because healing is a process. Right. So my husband helped me through until everything stopped. It's been almost 7 years now without any flashbacks. Yes.
God is so good.
He has helped me. He has walked with me. He's been there, you know.
All right. I'm praying for a day where you both of you are going to come and talk to us on this subject, because people don't understand when somebody has gone through rape, they feel like, no, get over it.
Exactly.
It's the old, but mo.
Nahana.
Somebody says when somebody goes through rape, it's like they are dying. It's like death.
Yes, because part of you, somebody stole some
precious part of you.
Part of you, you know. And if it was done all over and over and over again,
sure,
you know,
50 times.
Yeah, it's something else.
Yeah.
And people expect you just to
snap out of it.
Yeah, because now
if it's
once, yes.
I always my heart cries out to every child that goes through this.
Yeah.
And they tell you the child is 13, 6 years, whatever years, because it's something that will follow you for the rest of your life. Somebody has stolen your childhood for the rest of your life.
Yes.
All right. Sis Paula, today, we don't have time, but I want you to come back, and I would be so delighted to have your husband also sharing and talking openly to empower other men.
Yes,
that when you get married to somebody who has gone through this, these are the things you can expect, and this is how you can help them.
Yes.
Now, you came up with a new rendering, a new song. You did it for me.
Yebo.
Is it that the Lord has taken you through all of this, and now
I want to cry now? You know, God, if you've never experienced the love of God, hey, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, God loves me so much that, as I said before, Mina, I've never met my father. I don't know him. But I've got this God who told me that I've been with you before you were even born. And through all this, he's been with me. Through, what I've said today is just a drop in the ocean, you know. But everything.
I know. I did injustice. That's why you have to come back and come back and come back.
God has been so good. And so now I wrote the song about 5 years ago. And at that time and until today, it's still the same. When I think about what Jesus has done for me on the cross, for me to have life in abundance, for me also not to have, when I look back, I'm saying, if it wasn't for the cross, if it wasn't for the blood, if it wasn't for his love, I wouldn't be where I am now. I would have been maybe HIV positive and been miserable,
or even
and dead, or in a mental institution. But God being God, yeah, it's like I'm somebody who's never gone through anything.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's only the blood that can deliver you, that can heal you, and the blood that comes or that came from the cross of Calvary, Jesus' blood and his love for us. And sometimes I feel like a princess, being alone in Jesus. I know we are many. I know it's the whole world, but
you take it for yourself.
For myself.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that song comes from there, that you did. You can hear it's a personal thing. You did it for me.
Yeah.
There's no us. So if you listen to the song, you can just take it for yourself and say, Jesus, you did it for me. You were thinking about me. There's a line that says, on the way to the cross, you had me in mind. So, I'm in love with Jesus, and he is in love with me. And, in that song, I've realized that I don't have any fear for anything.
Okay.
Nothing.
Nothing. And this is the song, You Did It For Me. And that is Sis Paula Mahlaba. We're coming back.
Thank you for your love that pushed you to the cross. Thank you for your mercies that I knew every morning. Thank you for the blood that was shed.
Pulpit. Heart to Heart.
Ah, you did it for me. He has done it. Oh, he has done it. Now, you know this English. He's done it for Sispola. And if he did it for Sispola, he can do it for you and I. That was Sispola Mahlaba coming back with...
Mama, when are we going to the kids' fun zone? And I want to see the Dino Expo.
As soon as we get through the Rancho gate, Nana.
Hey, he sounds excited to enter the Rancho. I can't wait to be at the main stage.
But bro, what about the lack of drifts, eh?
Oh, yeah.
You're guaranteed to find Monati for you at the Rancho from March 28th to April 1st. Tickets at rancho.co.za. It's Monati for everyone.
657 Radio Pulpit News.
The MK party approaches the High Court to have Zuma on the ballot paper. The Enyobeni Tavern tragedy inquest begins. And in sports, Banyana wants to turn around the deficit against the Super Falcons. The Umkhonto weSizwe's party believes upholding the Electoral Commission's objection against former President Jacob Zuma's candidature ahead of the elections is fundamentally about denying individual rights to participate in politics. The party has approached the Electoral Court to challenge the IEC's decision to bar Zuma from contesting the elections. Delivering his argument, the party's legal counsel, Dalimpofu, criticized the handling of Zuma's imprisonment, stating he was deprived of his constitutional rights to a fair trial.
The person who actually raised the objection is not even here. The IEC has now taken the cudgels of the objector and is fighting tooth and nail to exclude Mr. Zuma. Why? The IEC should have no interest in this. It's a referee, not a player.
The Enyobeni Tavern inquest has officially commenced today at the Mdantsane Regional Court in the Eastern Cape. The inquest is expected to be a fact-finding mission of who should be held responsible for the incident that claimed the lives of 21 teenagers during a pan-down party in June 2022. In February, Tavern's owner Sia Kangela and Vuyonkazi Ndevu were found guilty of selling liquor to minors by the East London Regional Court and sentenced to pay a fine of 5,000 rands each or face 100 days in prison. The Cape Town Traffic Department has alerted motorists to ongoing road closures resulting from strong winds over the weekend. Spokesperson Maxine Bezaden-Hode says closures include sections of Baden-Powell Road due to sand, Houghton Bay Main Road due to burst pipe repairs, Kloof Road due to construction debris, and Chapman's Peak and Clarence Drive due to potential rockfalls amid inclement weather.
Cape Town Traffic also advises the public to be aware of potential impacts related to localized flooding. Please allow for extra travel time if you must be on the roads and be super cautious as the roads are wet and slippery. Also, do drive with your headlights on to increase your visibility to other road users.
French media conglomerate Canal Plus has initiated a mandatory takeover bid for MultiChoice, offering 125 rand per share, which is a significant increase from its previous offer. Africa's largest pay TV operator has engaged Standard Bank as an independent expert to assess the offer. Canal Plus aims to strengthen its presence in Africa, emphasizing the importance of scale to compete with global players like Disney and Netflix. Canal Plus parent company Vivendi is exploring a split into separate entities, potentially offering South African investors an opportunity to participate. Now in sports, in soccer, Banyana Banyana coach Desiree Ellis is optimistic as they prepare for the second leg encounter against Nigeria's Super Falcons at Loftus Versfeld tomorrow. Despite a 1-0 loss in the first leg, Ellis believes the team can turn the tables, citing home advantage. She is sure Banyana can still qualify for the Olympics, joining Spain, Brazil, and Japan in Group C.
Everybody's got to do the recovery protocols so that we recover really well, because there's very little time in between. We obviously have a look at the footage and see how we can rectify things and how we can be better. We also need to be aware to not concede and make sure that we score first to get the game back on even keel and then, try and control it.
And your financial indicators: the dollar trades at 18 rand 59 cents, the euro at 20 rand 14 cents, a British pound costs 23 rand 48 cents, a Bitcoin trades at $71,745.58, gold sells at $2,335.82 a fine ounce, and Brent crude oil is quoted at $90.51 a barrel. That brings us to the end of this bulletin compiled by News Flash News Agency. Our next newscast will be at 3 o'clock with Germany Johan Els. Do not touch the dial. We are going to close our discussion with Sis Phola Mahlaba right now, so do not go nowhere.
Phulaphula iRadio Pulpit ukhanyiseleke kweli lizwe elimnyama. Zivulele ngokwakho i-app yethu okanye umamele ku-radiopulpit.co.za. Siyafumaneka ku-DSTV Audio Channel 882 ukanti sikhona na ku-OpenView 607. Radio Pulpit 657 AM umhlobo wakho wemihla ngemihla.
It's good for you as our listener to know about Radio Pulpit's activities. Or do you need advice in an area of your life? Then why don't you log on to www.radiopulpit.co.za. Here you can talk to us, listen to us via live audio streaming, and there is also other reading material for the soul. What are you waiting for? Visit the Radio Pulpit website right now, www.radiopulpit.co.za. Radio Pulpit, your daily companion.
This is Heart to Heart with Sibongile Mofokeng on Radio Pulpit. Heart to Heart.
7 minutes, it is just after 2 on 657 AM on Heart to Heart with me, Sibongile Mofokeng, with you up until 3 o'clock. Not alone, of course, with my queen, Sis Phola Mahlaba, and Rinzere Tepisana Mohore. No, you will come back, Agiri. Yeah, I will come back. So she will be coming back.
Yes.
Today we were covering more of her as an artist and the ministry that she does, because her music and the ministry are one.
Yebo.
Yeah, they are one. Moruti TC Clement Chauke. I know that we say TC Speaker. Hello to you. Saying very informative. God bless you, Sis Phola. I pray for more grace upon your life. That is what he says.
Very much.
Ellie says, this is what our nation needs. We need survivors to speak out that healing is possible.
Amen. Yes,
Healing is possible.
It is.
And yes, L, it's possible through Christ.
Amen.
Christ in
Yes.
us, our hope of glory.
Amen.
Christ in us, our peace. Christ in us, our strength. Please don't cry. He said that. I saw it. I saw it. Him saying, please don't cry. And I'm glad she was that strong that she never had to even go through crying. A family member is asking how to heal. My queen, what do you say to them?
There's a greatest healer who can heal you 100% in a way that people won't be able to realize or to notice where you come from, because our behavior and the character that we put on, sometimes it shows, I know this one is been hurt. So Jesus is the healer. That's where we start. And then from there, healing is a process. And we've got to make a choice, a choice to heal. Healing is intentional. And that's when, I think it's difficult to heal without God. that's why I'm saying that God is the greatest healer who can heal you 100% and so that you can heal others. Because at this moment that I am in, there are so many victims that I am counseling from all over the country. They call me and I do phone counseling, and others I do go to their homes, because on behalf of Behind and Beyond Bars, the NPO that I run, we do deal with victims. And it's good because I have an experience. I remember one time I met a lady who you could see that this lady is in deep pain.
Yeah.
Just by being quiet and sitting in the corner. And when I ask her, Uguti, how can I help you? Is there anything that is going on with you? Do you want to talk to me? And she said to me, I don't think you are the right person to help me, because you look like a person who's been a cheese girl, Yeah.
So you don't know what pain
You
looks
don't
like
know
and
what
feels
pain
like.
looks like
Yeah.
until I told her that this is what I went through. Because I asked her, can I tell you a little bit of my story? Maybe you will understand. And I told her, and that's when she said, you know what? I thought I've been through a lot. Now I know that you can tell me more than what I could ever. More than what I could ever. I think you are the right person to help me.
All right. Sis Paul, our time
Yebo.
is so up now, isn't like up.
Yebo.
Yo, Mara. And then I'm hoping that we will have another opportunity where we can talk to you again, and we can talk deeper.
Yes.
And may the Lord keep keeping you. For
Yes.
family members seeking to talk to you directly to get your music, what do we do?
Okay, the music is on AudioMac.
Okay.
For now, yes, they can get it through there, but we will keep on uploading
Yes.
and updating. But anybody who wants to talk to me, I'm free to talk. You guys, you have my numbers.
Hi,
So should I give them?
If you feel free to do that, or should we follow you on Facebook?
Follow me on Facebook as well, Paula Mahlaba.
PHOLA.
PHOLA. Lo wesiZulu yabona,
Yeah.
lo ongalungekanga.
Ah, your name. Heal.
Exactly.
Heal.
And Mahlaba,
Yes.
heal the pain.
Look at God.
Yes.
Heal. Look at
And
God.
those are my names.
So if we follow
and
you there,
surnames.
all right.
Yes.
And then
yes.
we can get even your details on Facebook.
You can get my details on Facebook. Inbox me. Do whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My queen, may the Lord keep keeping you. May he bless you. And,
Thank you very much.
May he strengthen you as you keep on ministering to his own. May he keep growing you. And I'm grateful for the Lord who has made it possible for you to live through it all.
Amen.
Bona, you are here to tell.
And I'm beautiful.
Very young. It is as though he has reversed your youth.
He did.
He has renewed your youth.
Scientifically, I did a blood test and they said I'm 12 years younger than my real
God
age.
is restoring. God is restoring.
Amen.
Taking you backwards to fulfill all
Amen.
that you missed, and he's restoring all those years. Keep sending us more music. Keep ministering unto us even the word. We love you. And
I love you too.
May numbers 6:24 to 26 keep ministering unto you and yours. And we salute your husband. We salute your family.
Amen. Thank you very much.
Yeah, family, may the Lord heal you as well in
Yes.
whatever that you're going through. And do contact Sis Paula Mahlaba on Facebook. You will find her numbers even there. Paula Mahlaba, PHOLA, Mahlaba, MAHLA. BA. Yeah, that's her surname. Love you, sis.
Thank you. Love you too, guys.